Hey guys, Trevor Treo Scott here, and just another quick pointer. I got some advice from a 6-year-old the other day. I went to hang out with my godson. He's 6 years old, and I went to pick him up. And when I arrived, I saw that his shoelaces were untied. So I said, "Hey, listen, Q, you got to tie your shoelaces." And he bent down and tied his shoelaces, and I told him I wanted to give him a compliment because all men love compliments. I said, "Hey, listen, man, that's a good job. I remember when you didn't even know how to tie your shoelaces." And he said the most profound thing to me at 6 years old. He said, "You know, one day, Trevor, I got so mad at school that I couldn't tie my shoelaces. I was so mad that, you know, since that day, I just learned how to tie my shoelaces." It was a trick from God. And I thought to myself, what could he mean by a trick from God? And I thought about it. He basically tapped into that God power. You know, I do believe that we all are creators in our own right. And sometimes we have the answers inside of us, so sometimes we're a stone throw away from the answers, but some of us are just not mad enough with our current situation. You know, some people say they want to find their ideal partner or they want their relationship to be better, and I ask them, well, how many books are you reading? You know, how many seminars have you attended, or how many workshops have you participated in? They say none. You're not mad enough. It's just not frustrating enough to you. You know, it reminds me of that story where, you know, a guy walking by a house and he saw a bunch of dogs on the porch barking and running around like crazy, having a great time. And, you know, he would always see this one dog sitting on the porch whimpering, and he wouldn't move. All the other dogs are having a great time. And this happened day after day after day. And finally, he went to the owner of the house, who was also on the porch, and said, "Well, listen, all these dogs are having a great time. Why is this one dog just sitting here whimpering, crying all day long?" And the owner of the house said, "Well, I think he's sitting on a nail." And so the guy walking by the house said, "Well, why doesn't he just move?" And the owner said, "Well, I guess it doesn't hurt him bad enough." You know, some of you are sitting on a nail, but it's just not hurting you bad enough to go and do something about it. You know, so here it is at 6 years old. He kind of reminded me, when you get frustrated enough, that's when you'll find your answers. I remember, you know, my last relationship didn't work out, so I probably OD'd a little bit. But, you know, I read, you know, over 75, 100 books. I've interned with marriage counselors. I interviewed 100 married and divorced couples. I just said to myself, listen, if I'm going to get in another long-term relationship, I'm going to make sure it's right. There's just too many fine women out here to waste another 6 or 7 years with somebody and it not work out. But my point is, I got mad enough. And so if you want change, if you want something different in your life, whether it be your relationship, whether it be your career, your finances, your purpose, your spirituality, your family, you got to get mad enough. If it's not pissing you off, you're probably going to stay where you are. And one of the things I remember from Jim Rohn, one of my favorite speakers, one of my favorite quotes, and I always remember this, is finding is always reserved for the people who are searching. You know, so if you want those answers, you just got to be hungry enough to go look for them. So with that said, you guys enjoy your day. Take care. God bless.